So this is my start of my solo holiday and what it's like to go on holiday on your own and how much it's costing, etc. I will say that the first costing is the car park here for 5 days is actually costing £130, which is quite a lot of money. Anyway, so, and of course it's raining because it's England, and so I'm not looking forward to getting out and going to the airport. Anyway, what I'm going to do is make a careful note of everything that I spend on the holiday and go through the costings of the flight, hotel, etc. So that anyone who's going on holiday on their own will not only know how much it costs, but also what it's like to actually go on holiday on your own. I have been on holiday on my own a long time ago, years ago, so I'm very much out of practice. This is my first solo holiday for probably around about 10 years, so I'm sort of looking forward to it, but I'll let you know how I get on as I progress. I'm not going to be doing any filming in the airport because I'm really tired, and I think I had about 5 hours sleep last night, which isn't much fun. Anyway, I should stop waffling and get into the airport. I think I need a brolly. Well, I've just got off the coach at Calella. This is the hotel I'm staying in, which is the Hotel Maritime, which I'm really pleased about. Unfortunately, the coach company was a different one this time, and it went the total opposite direction to the previous ones, which instead of being a 40-minute journey from the airport, I've been on the coach for 2 hours and 10 minutes. So I'm really pleased to be here, and I'm going to go in and check in and hopefully get myself a nice room. Now, I booked into a single room, so I don't know what I'm going to be getting yet. I did ring the hotel and ask for a room on the 3rd or the 4th floor, so I'm just gonna see what I end up with. Anyway, I'm gonna go in now and see what room I've got. Now, here I am at just going up on the outside lift, so I'm just going to see what my room is. It's 302, which is this way by the looks of it. Fingers crossed it's going to be okay. Here we are, 302. Let's see what it's like. And I have to put the thing in there for the lighting. Wow. Well, this looks good. This is supposedly a single room, but it's obviously not a single room, it's a double room. So there's in this room there's a fridge, a safe. Oh, and look, looks like I've got some fruit salad waiting for me. Oh, that's good. And if I look out here, the view that I've got. So this is the view that I've got, and looking down, and that is the swimming pool for the hotel next door. So all in all, very happy with this room. Oh, and there's a balcony, quite a big balcony with a table and chairs, and what have we got, a little washing line, and bathroom I've got is a huge double shower, so that's good. And in this particular hotel we've got hairdryer and all these things we've got here, so that's good. Tissues, soap and everything's really good. So all in all, very good. Really looking forward to the fruit salad, I must say. Now this is actually something I paid, you know, it's a single room that I paid for, but it looks like I've been upgraded to a double, so I'm really happy with that. Now, Still a bit annoyed about the travelling because it should have taken 40 minutes and it took 2 hours and 10 minutes. Now the costing of that basically is £24 return if you go by coach. A taxi, which I've done before, was 150 something. Now I couldn't justify spending £150 for a taxi when you can pay 24, but I really wasn't too keen on that 2-hour journey. And if it's a 2-hour journey or more going back, it's not much fun. So I might look at other alternative ways of getting here, maybe by an ordinary bus, which would be quicker. Anyway, so I'm going to unpack now. Because I'm doing this sort of on a budget, you can see that the only thing I've got is a flight bag, and you're only supposed to take one bag, but I did bring this other bag which has got some camera lenses in. I brought a coat and also a bag with some water, and don't laugh, some hot cross buns. Anyway, so this is my so-called single room, so I'm happy with that, and now I'm going to unpack and get a cup of coffee. Well, my first day, full day here, and I'm on the way to my local supermarket, which is just up here past this statue of the dog. It's only about 5 minutes from the hotel, and I'm going to get some rolls and cheese and stuff. And update on the costing, did I say it was the tax in the hotel was £9.80, and I bought some water yesterday from the local spa, which is a bit nearer than the supermarket, and that was £1.15. So here we go up to the supermarket, and I'll try not to get run over on the way. Oh, and here's the little tourist train. So here I am in the local supermarket, which is called the Macedonia, I think. Now I know what I need, because I've been here before. So I'm just going to get some of these rolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rolls. I'm only here for 5 days, I won't even need that many. I think that's what I'm going to get. What should I get these? Oh no, that's too much. I'm not going to eat that much. Yeah, I think it's these rolls here I'm going to get. 1, 2, 3, 6 rolls. 6 rolls for £1.51, so it's really cheap. And I'm going to get some cheese, wherever that is, up here somewhere. And so as I say, £1.51 for that. The cheese isn't very expensive. Most things in Spain are cheaper than the UK, I find anyway. So I'll go to the Gouda. Yeah. So, I don't know, I think that's about 10 slices is more than enough. If I was here for the week, it would be plenty. I'm only here for 5, so I'm probably not going to eat all this. I think that's about it. I might buy some Coca-Cola in the local spa. So this is quite cheap here. Also, I was going to say that being solo here for the first time in years, it was really... I thought it would be really strange going down for breakfast and dinner last night, but as it turns out, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't very busy, unusually quiet, so it was quite nice really. I know the staff as well because I've been to the hotel before, so that made it a little bit easier. And also I didn't need to look around to find where the restaurant was, where, you know, which you do in some, if it's a new hotel. The other thing is I slept, according to my little Fitbit, about 9 hours last night, but I know I was wide awake at 2 o'clock, so not quite sure how accurate that is. Still feel pretty tired. That's the trouble when you're travelling. Like I said, I think it was about 45 minutes to the airport, nearly a couple of hours on the plane, a couple of hours on the coach, and just sitting down for that length of time. It's just not much fun. Anyway, I'm going to pay for this and continue with this later. Well, I'm just walking along the beach. As you can see, it's huge, this beach. And when you're on your own, it's quite good in a way, because you can just pace yourself and just go out whenever you want. Go back to the hotel whenever you want. Have a coffee whenever you want. I must apologise, the sound is probably going to be awful because of the wind, but anyway, I'll try and sort that out later. I've just had a cup of coffee in the church square, and it was quite a relaxing place. I don't know why I didn't do any filming there actually. Probably will later. Anyway, all's going really well, apart from the sound of the wind. But anyway, that's what you get when you're on a lovely beach like this. Anyway, I'm on the roof. I won't sort of pan around to the roof terrace here, because it's quite busy and there's people in jacuzzis and whatever. Quite a lot of people up here. But I thought it'd be a good place to do this little. And as you can see, this is the actual view that you get from the roof. Oh, and there's the train going by. If you haven't seen any of my other Calella videos, I did one last year, which was a tour of Calella, and I sort of introduced it. So I'll put the link of that at the end of this video. But if you haven't seen that, this is the main line. It's only one line actually. This is the train line that goes all the way to Barcelona, which is about an hour from here. The train station is literally a 14-minute walk in that direction, and you can also go to Girona, which again is probably roughly about an hour on the train. It's about, I think it's about €8, really cheap to go to Barcelona, something like that. And another little tip, if you ever come to anywhere in this area, you can get a tourist train ticket for only about €20. It lasts a month, but you can go all over this line, up to Barcelona, Girona and all that. So it's excellent value. You just need to take your passport to the train station to get one. Anyway, so I'm going to sort of sign off now, and I think I need to go and get another cup of coffee. So it's, yes, an eventful evening, and no doubt I'll do some more filming later. Right, see you later. The problem when you've got about 74, 75, 76 steps to go up, you've got to come down as well. And if you've got a dodgy foot, it's probably not a good idea. So I thought I'd give that a miss today. I'll come back another day. Now I've come out for a late night coffee, although in reality it's actually 20 to 11 I think here. So I've just got myself a rather nice coffee, and let me show you around. It's on the main street here. Some of the places are closing, but coffee here, by the looks of it, is $1.90, and I presume it's going to be really nice. So much better than English coffee, and literally half the price. I did go into a little, there's a hotel across the road called the Jamaica, which is a really good hotel, but it's adults only, and it's full of people dancing, and it's so noisy. I won't be negative about it, but if you want to have a nice quiet coffee, you don't really want to go into a noisy hotel. So this was, as I say, I think it was about $1.90, this coffee, and I haven't really spent much today. My foot still hurts from last night, and so I've only done, I don't know, probably about 4,000 or 5,000 steps. Hopefully tomorrow it'll be a bit better and I'll get out and about a bit more. Anyway, so this is my late night coffee, and then I'm going back to the hotel. See you tomorrow. Now, I haven't caught a train this time, but I thought I'd at least walk up to the train station. So this is Calella railway station, which is about a 15-minute walk from my hotel. Well, it's my last day here, and I've got a jacket on because I've been kicked out of the room. They extended it to 1 o'clock, so that was good. My bag's in the, I've got in the security lockup. And I'm just going to go for a walk and grab a coffee. I've still got 2.5 hours or so. So, yeah, this is the worst thing about leaving, is that you've got hours to kill, as it were. The weather's getting a bit cast over. It's really weird. I'll pan around in a minute, but it's getting really hazy. I don't know whether it's going to rain. I feel a bit silly wearing a jacket, but I don't really want to leave it in the lockup. But it's not too warm now, so that's okay. Another bit of filming here, just to show how strange this weather is. It's sort of come over really quite hazy. In fact, you probably can't see this, but you can't even see the horizon. You can't even see the horizon on the sea. So I'm not really sure whether it's going to be raining or not. Oh well, never mind. I'm off for a coffee, so it won't matter. That'd be great. Wonderful. That's brilliant.
€1, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, that was the alley hop shop. You can't really come to Spain without going into an alley hop shop. And as you just saw, well, I think you did, I just bought this little tripod for €1. I think they were normally $5, and I bought one here before, and they're such good value. You can use them for other things as well, phone holders and whatever, for €1. In fact, I'm using this GoPro with one of those as I film right now, because it makes a good handle. Anyway, I'm going back through the main shopping street of Calella now, and I'm going back to the hotel. Actually, I still haven't had a cup of coffee. Start again. I still haven't had a cup of coffee yet. So I'm going to grab a cup of coffee on the way, probably at the church square. And then I think I've got about 1.5 hours left before the coach picks me up. So that'll be fun, not. Oh well, here we go. So this is the church square. As you can see, that's the church. Which I'll probably have a little look around in a minute. I always have a little wander about there whenever I come here. So I'm going to grab a seat here by the fountains and hopefully it'll be quite nice. Hola, could I have café con leche?
Café con leche?
Yeah, thank you. Muchas gracias. So here I am next to the fountain. It's probably a bit too loud actually for me to film here and people talking. But anyway, I'm going to have a nice cup of coffee here, which is only $1.80, I think. Really, really cheap. So, and then that'll be my last cup of coffee here. So, over and out. To the airport. Interestingly, the travel was only an hour and 15 minutes, so it didn't go along to Lloret de Mar and other places, just a few local ones. So that's good. On the negative side, I've just been in and found that the Ryanair flight to Bournemouth has been delayed by about 35 minutes, in addition to the fact that I'm here 3 hours early. So, got a long wait, unfortunately. The other problem with Girona is that they haven't adopted the new system where you can take bottles of water through yet, like you can in Bournemouth, which means all the water, any drink that I've got would have to be poured away before I go through the customs. So I'm trying not to go through there too quickly because I don't really want to be paying for water or drinking their water. So I'm going to be maybe grabbing a coffee somewhere and go through later on. I'm glad I didn't pay the €85 to get a taxi here, because it really wouldn't have, wouldn't have done me much good. Because it was only like an hour and 15 minutes on the coach, so that was not too bad. Anyway, I'm going to go in and grab a coffee. I'll see you later. I'm in the airport now, and the flight's been delayed by about 35 minutes, and I was going to have just a cheese roll to keep me going, but I have now decided to get myself a W.H. Smith meal deal, which included that and Coca-Cola and a Bounty. I haven't had a Bounty for ages, so I'm looking forward to that. I wasn't expecting to buy anything here because I already made a cheese roll, so that's added $9.99 to the cost of the holiday, which is not the end of the world. But they've got a Burger King here and the burgers are absolutely ridiculously expensive. Luckily you can fill the water up, so I have got a few bottles of water. It's now 8:20, so I've got an hour and 15 minutes. They might bring it forward, but anyway. So I'm looking forward to getting home because it's quite tiring. I have met, surprisingly, and this was all along about solo holidays. It's not just about the costing, it's about meeting people when you're there as well. And I've met some people at the airport. I've met some really lovely people in Calella. The interesting thing is, when you've got a camera like I have, one of these cameras, when you're carrying that around, people know you're a photographer, and quite often they're taking selfies on their phones, one at a time. But it's nice, a lot of people want pictures together, so quite a lot of people have actually said to me, oh, can you take our picture? Or on some occasions I've actually said to them, do you want me to take your picture? And that's been quite an icebreaker. I wanted my picture taken today, being it's the last day, and because I'm on my own obviously, so I said that a couple of women do speak English, and they did. They were from England, and so they took my picture, and I think they were actually, one of them was really a keen photographer, so she actually took loads, and I took some pictures of them as well, so that broke the ice, so that was really nice. The thing is, when you're on your own, you don't want to be, well, I don't want to be on my own all the time, so it's nice to actually sort of mix with other people, and there's a bit of an icebreaker really taking pictures like that, so that was good. Right now, as I say, oh god, what a noise. Anyway, please proceed at gate number 10. I think that's a food order. Anyway, so I'm really quite tired now. Travelling is ridiculously tiring, even if you sat down all the time. And I've just checked and I've done 13,772 steps and I've hardly been anywhere. So no wonder I'm tired. But luckily I've had a sandwich and that will keep me going. So the next time we speak, I'll be back home and sorting out this final video with all the costings now that I've got everything. I don't think there's anything else to spend out on, but it's been an interesting 5 days, and it'll be interesting to see how much the final costing will be. So I think, and this is the airport, so I'll just pan around.
Please proceed urgently to gate number 9.
As you can see, it's absolutely packed solid at the moment. Anyway, that's enough for now, because there's an awful lot of racket going on, and I shall see you back in England. See you later. Well, I'm back in sunny England. Well, it's not quite sunny, but now I've got the final costings. Now I'll put some up on the screen that I've done some screenshots. So right from the start, the first thing was the initial big chunk that I had to pay, which was actually £362. Now that included the hotel, half board, in the Hotel Maritime in Calella, Spain. Calella is about an hour away from Barcelona, so it's in a really good location. So that was £362, and that included the flight, which I think was about £85. Now in that 362, I also included the cost of the seats, because I was on my own. I wanted to make sure I had a good seat by the window, so both ways I had a window seat. So that was a little bit of a treat, and that was about, I think it was about 12, 13, maybe £14 each way, but at least I had a reserved seat and I could book in a lot earlier. So that was 362 for the hotel, which was half board. Food there was really good, big breakfast, lovely evening meal, lovely desserts as well. I think I put on a couple of pounds. The airport going, £130 for the parking for 5 days, which was really a lot of money. If I did this trip again, I wouldn't do that. I would park somewhere and then get a taxi, which would be about £45 return. So that would save a fair bit. Now, when I got into the airport, I had a coffee. That was £4 for a coffee, which wasn't too bad. It wasn't a bad coffee, actually. When I got there, I ended up paying in total, believe it or not, €9.80 for the actual tourist tax that you have to pay. Now the tourist tax you can't get away from, and it depends on how long you're there for and what quality hotel. So that was £9.80. In addition to that, I paid for various things, like during the I went to the supermarket to get some cheese and some rolls, which saved an awful lot of money for lunch, because I didn't really want to eat a lot for lunch anyway, so that saved a bit. Every day I had coffee out. I had the occasional Coca-Cola, so various drinks, various cakes and whatever. That all came to €54.91, and that was for the 5 days. Now, in English money, that was £47.56. So, adding the £130 parking, the £47.56, £4 for the coffee, and the £362 that I paid for, and I paid for on the beach. The good thing about that was you're covered, because it's, you know, especially at the moment with the fuel crisis. So in total it was £543.56, which equates to £108.71 per day. And if you look at something like a travel lodge at this time of year, you know, some of those are actually more than £108 per day. So all in all, not bad value at all, really. 543.56 for 5 days. Generally speaking, good value. Would I do it again? Yes, I would do it again, and I would go back to Calella because I know it quite well. One advice I would give to anyone who's doing a solo holiday is to try to go somewhere that you've been before, because I did meet somebody in the hotel who said that she didn't like it there because she'd never been there before. She didn't know where everything was. She'd been to other Spanish resorts and she knew them very well. She'd been to one place about 10 times. And it was her first solo holiday, so she probably should have gone back to somewhere where she knew, and that is actually good advice. I've been to Calella a number of times, and I know where all the shops are, I know what's there, I know the staff in the hotel, so for me it was a lot easier. And I met a number of people there that I'd never met before, and you know, so that was really nice. So all in all, I would advise anyone to try going on a solo holiday, so long as they pick somewhere they know they're going to like, which isn't always easy, but preferably somewhere where you've been before if possible. Anyway, hopefully I should do another one of these videos soon, so if you want to make any comments, please do, and I will reply to any of your queries. And I'll put some links at the end of this video regarding Calella and all the other resorts along the coast. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'm at Sainsbury's now, so I'm going to do my shopping. Bye for now.